NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Max Crosby, the one who got in there for the stop. The Broncos 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23.
Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Hadn't been a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder. If he wasn't a first-round pick, they want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried to run through the entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Will Lutz on for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
That's the score. Broncos 7, Raiders
9. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go, sack.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. When you look at this Bronco defense, we know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into Week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Open man down the field. It's Bowers. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Guys, man, it's Thornton. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. Back to throw. Mendoza. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go, sack. 19, 18.
Now they try the right side here. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
Taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. This quick pass complete to Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he'll get this down to the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. A short throw to Ingram. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
65.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks.
They'll set up the throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
Okay, ready?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Throw left side complete. That's Benson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And here's Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure gets to it, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Nick Benito coming in there to record the sack. Here's A.J. Cole now. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Here's A.J. Cole now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think if they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He completes this to Sutton. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Hey, check that. Street. Rig alert. 7 Pirates. 19 tight. Come 19. Check, Bobcat, check, go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Broncos 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A short throw to Ingram. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders 19. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. look to throw here. Now he's going to step up and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, we'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. That's going to be incomplete. Well, it looked like he had him for a second, but the razzle-dazzle will not work out. It's second down. In motion comes the tight end left. To throw is Mendoza. A final shot before break. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Mendoza. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Two-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
From the 20, here's a 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw. Mendoza. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now he'll tuck this and run. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I'm sure there was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
18 Cardinal.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Raiders' 12-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have the job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Offense set to get this drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's a give up the middle. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Another modest gain there on that one. And I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, having a partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
A gain of 7. First down, Las Vegas.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Second and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver. They'll look to throw again. They'll be caught by Rice. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. On a return and run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Raiders.
Ready up! Come on, let's go!
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready, set!
2nd and 7.
Ready! 60 Bison, 60 Bison!
Back to throw. Mendoza. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 27-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Mendoza. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Mendoza, off play action. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them.
He's got him in, complete. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Here we go, Shaq. Have the 60, have the 60.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go, go, go. Hurt. Right there, hurt. Let's go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. What's good on the extra point? And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22. For Las Vegas, about set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach had plenty to say about this game.
And he is caught. And they'll give it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike?
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
83 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Right back to him on first down. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception.